Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. Okay, it's another day, and we're kind of on a roll with this. We're going to keep rolling along here. The shafting material showed up yesterday, some 8620. I thought it was going to be a little bit thick. I wanted 1 inch. It was 1 1/4, but it turns out 1 1/4 is just about what I need, because instead of, I talked to my customer yesterday, instead of 5 pounds at the end of this arm, he wants to put 30 pounds. Now that's a lot of weight. So we're gonna maintain the beefiness of this 1 1/4 inch, and then we're gonna come in with a piece of 1 inch solid 8620 to come out here to hang the weights on, and then put a gusset in between that, of course. So what I have to do now is I need to take some measurements to see where I'm going to land and how things are going to look once I get things set up. So I'm thinking we can bring this all the way down to there, and that's going to be pretty good. Maybe a little less than that. Let's see if we can get a shim to put in there. Just something that we know is going to be consistent height. So that looks a little better. I'm thinking that might actually do it. We're going to run a level across here. Oops. Get ourselves fairly level. That's going to land right about there. All right, let me come over here with a pen. Let's do this again. Our arm's going to land right about there if we maintain this height here. Well, that's not this arm. We need to bring an arm out here to support this, to keep it from doing this as the thing is swinging. And in fact, I'm almost certain that we're going to have to come in and put a full circle in this in order to keep it from going this way when it swings too. So it's a little more complicated than I was expecting, but hey, you know, this one's a fun one. So we're going to set our height right here, and then we're going to put a bearing in right here, but of course not that high. And so we'll set our bearing heights right about in there somewhere. That looks pretty good. I could be happy with that. So we're going to take this and turn it down to the 1 inch shaft size, and then take this and turn it down to what that looks like, about 3/4 for the bearing. Hey, let's take it over to the lathe and get started. All right, so we're going to go center to center here. And so we're going to drop this in and recut it. Let's see what it looks like. Pretty close, but no cigar. So we want to take this bit out, because this is our coarse cutting insert. And we're going to put a fine cutting insert in, except I don't know if you can see it, but I just shattered that sucker the last time I used it. So we're going to take that out and put a new insert in. Now we're going to bring our head, our compound around to 60 degrees. The other 60 degrees. Somewhere in there. All right, we're going to take it to 30 because, of course, it's 30 and 30. And bring our bit around. Let's see if we can get in there. I'm not seeing getting in there. Let's get rid of some of this chips. Now we can get in there, I think. Just barely. Are we going to hit? No, I don't think we are. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. All right, let's true up this cone. We'll go from there. Well, good morning. It's another day, and we're getting ready to do the final cuts of this. It has cooled off. Of course, it's been sitting around all night, so it's freezing ass cold. But we're ready to start. I checked our diameters, and we've got on this end we're going to cut it at 782 or 787.2 if we're trying to be super accurate, and then on this end 1 inch and 1/2 thousandth, so 1 inch and 5/10 you might say. And then at the same time, notice how the bearing is just about the same size as this part of the shaft. So I've set my compound, and once I get that cut finished, I'm going to trim it back until we're just sitting on the shoulder of the inside of the bearing, and that way we don't have conflicts of rubbing. And I may end up having to do it on this side too. So I think we should just get started. Everybody's tight, everything looks good. We're set up on centers. He and I talked, and he wants to put 30 pounds on this. So this is too short. So I'm going to need to build a little bit of a sleeve, maybe about a 1-inch sleeve, so we can get 10-pound lifting weights on the end of this, the shaft. So we're not going to put a taper on this. We're going to keep it square, and I'm going to make a little sleeve once we figure out what all the measurements are. So at this point, we will let's come in and we're going to start filing. And I'll tell you, that's one of the really nice things about using a double center, is you get to take it off and put it back on, take it off, put it back on. It's going to be the same. So we're going to slip this in here, and hopefully we're going to get a fit. And we aren't even close. Let's try it on the other one. Now we've got to be 10 thousandths off. I'm going to take another measurement here. All right, well, I mismeasured. It's 25 thousandths large because I wasn't looking at the exact lines. So let's take it back to the lathe. We get to put this back in. All right, well, it works pretty good. This is the one I measured from, and the hole's going to go right through there just beautifully. There's our line. And when I ordered this material, it said 7.5 to 8 inches for 2 pieces. And I'm thinking, well, they're even, and he just didn't measure it. Well, it turns out that it's, short. And so we need to put a spacer right in here to take up that space. It's going to be less on down on the transfer case, but, it's still plenty of material. What do we got? 2 inches. So I need to make a sleeve for that. Let's go over to the lathe and do that. Okay, we've got 2 things to do. First thing is we trammed in the whole head and the table and everything, and we're all set up dead center on the shaft here. And the first thing we have to do is we have to make a keyway. And probably most of the length of this, because this is going to take a lot of pressure, and we want a nice long keyway to hold it in place. So that is the first thing. And the second thing we're going to do is come back here and figure out where our hole is going to be, and drill a 1-inch hole, not all the way through, but about 3/4 of the way through, and then set it up so that we can put our 1-inch shaft in there and weld it. So let's cut our keyway first, and we're dead center right now. And our keyway is our keyway cutter, where our mill bit is looks like 185 thousandths, and we're going to want to go to 250. So 65 thousandths. So we'll run down the center first, and then we'll come back on one side and take half of 65 and come back on the other side and take the other half. Sound good? All right, let's go to touch. Oops, hang on a second here. I think we want to be over here. No, we don't. We want to be there, but we want this to go the opposite direction. There we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is crank the table up to meet our center. Well, I don't know, that just doesn't look like center to me. Okay, let's do this. We'll bring it in a bit and we'll work center out. The other way. Not yet. There we go. Okay, we're just now touching, so we want to get our height set up. And we're going to go down half of 250, which would be 125 plus about 10. So we're going to go to 135. So let's just take this down to 10 for the moment and see how close we are to squaring up. And we're going to turn it off. We went just a little bit too deep, I think. Let me get my glasses, my cheater glasses. What happened to those? Then I'm going to get my big fat head in the way here, and I'm going to look at this, and I'm seeing that we're just about square. So if we bring this in and square up right there, yeah, we were 40 thousandths off. Let's bring it around just a little bit. That's about as center can be. All right, so we're going to run it this way. And we're just going to run it down the shaft right now. Okay, we've taken it a couple more thousandths. Let's give it a try and see what we've got here. And I think we've got ourselves a nice snug fit. So, and that's pretty much what we want. Now the question is how deep is it? And that, yeah, we want to stay within. Let's see what we got depth-wise here. Somewhere right in there. And we're looking at 137, so that's plenty. All right, we'll call it a day with that. And I think I want to come in with a file right now and kind of clean that up a little bit. It's the kitty cat sitting on her favorite chair next to, guess what? The wood stove. Only while it's hot though. And she's just patiently waiting to go back down to the house where it's warm. Looks good. I think we're happy. Now, we're going to go find center again, and that was, no, the other way. 5, 6, 7, nope, the other way. There's center. Let's make sure of that. Good center to me. Now what we want to do is drill a hole on this side, but we have to go over and measure our height to make sure that we're good there. And we'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to come in, and it can be random. I mean, it doesn't have to be straight on the keyway. And we're going to come in 1 inch 100 thousandths and make ourselves a little mark right there. And then let's do a center drill. And we're already centered this way. Well, actually not. We're out 5, so let's bring it back in. Okay, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh yeah, let's speed it up. That's better. So we're square this way. We just need to get to our line, which is right there. Got a little bit low. Right there. And we're going to drill straight down. Set ourselves a little pilot. Come back in with a small center or a small pilot drill. And we're going to take that pilot drill down 1 inch. Okay, so we've got our 1 inch holes drilled, and I've already done the other one. And this piece is almost ready. I think what I want to do is spin it around and come in from the back and drill maybe a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch hole, so I can come in from the back with the MIG and just weld up the back also, because there's going to be a lot of stress on this joint here. And even though I'm going to press fit it, hopefully I'll get a press fit, and I'm going to weld this front edge, I want something in the back to hold it together. So we'll be back on that one. That's probably a tomorrow version, because I'm going to hang out with my granddaughter for the next few hours.